If we're talking about crime drama franchises that defined a generation, Power and its spin-offs top the list. As Starz' biggest hit, it created an entire universe that's still expanding. Power lasted for 6 incredible seasons, and some of the spin-offs are still airing. With its 4 series and upcoming spin-offs, Power Universe can be confusing, so let me guide you through. Power. Power is one of the crime drama series that we need in our lives. The series first aired in 2014 and has been nothing but successful since then. We basically see James St. Patrick, aka Ghost's life. He's this wealthy nightclub owner and has a double life as a drug distributor. And he only works with upper-class New Yorkers, so you can understand the wealthy part. He has his right-hand man, Tommy Egan, who we also know from the Power Book 4 force. Well, despite Ghost having a successful career and a man he can trust like Tommy, he wants to have nothing to do with drugs and actually wants an honest life. But we know that is definitely not happening. With all that, since Ghost is the common link between all the characters, it might make sense to start with Power. Power Book 2, Ghost. Power Book 2. Ghost is a direct sequel to the original Power series. It focuses on Ghost's son, Tariq St. Patrick. The series picks up from where we left off in Power. Tariq is struggling with college, financial problems, and let's not forget his family's criminal legacy. He becomes deeply involved in the drug trade, a path he began to follow in the final seasons of the original series. Tariq wasn't originally seen as the one to take things forward. It could have even been Tommy, despite him appearing in a different spin-off. But he's actually doing a good job, if you ask me. He's in an effort to support himself without his father's help. But, well, it's his fault. So he has to deal with both his studies and the criminal underworld, which he's getting deeper into. Even though he hates his father enough to kill him, we see him following in his footsteps. Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. In this prequel, we see Kanan, who is Ghost and Tommy's mentor, in his early ages. The series takes place in 1991, when Kanan was only 15 years old. His mother, Raquel, plays a major role in the drug business, managing a web of distributors across New York, where we'll later see Ghost making successful moves. The prequel focuses on Kanan's early days as a drug dealer and makes us understand him more, about his moves and his experience. So you can easily see Kanan's evolution from a 15-year-old boy to a powerful drug dealer who can be called a mentor. But you understand being the mentor won't help you when your student betrays you. Okay, no more spoilers. Since Raising Kanan is a prequel, it can be viewed after watching the Power series, which will help with getting familiar with the characters. Power Book 4 Force. We see Tommy as the main character of the spinoff. We know that he's one of the most important characters in the series, being Ghost's right-hand man. Since Tommy's that important, you should definitely watch Power first, if you ask me. As we know, the franchise takes place in New York. Tommy is the first one to get out of there. He goes to Chicago, where he finds his brother and nephew, and later we see his mother too. It doesn't take long for him to connect with those controlling the local drug trade, and with his boldness and prior experience, he swiftly finds his footing and starts setting up his own network. But things won't be easy for him. In New York, he had Ghost, but it's like he's more on his own now. And I bet things will only get worse in the next season. We're expecting the 3rd season, which will also be the last season of the installment. And I think it will be just as successful as the first 2 seasons. So now, let me tell you the proper way of watching them. The series' chronological order starts with Power, which was released in 2014 and had 6 seasons. After that, we have Power Book 2, Ghost, which came out in 2022 and ended after 4 seasons. In the 3rd place, we have Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, which we had in 2021 and is still going on after 4 seasons. And lastly, we have Power Book 4, Force, released in 2022 and again is still streaming. Now you know the chronological order, But if you want to watch the franchise in a proper way, you should start with Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, which will give you the story of Ghost and Tommy's mentor and lead you directly to Ghost. That means you have to watch the Power series, where you'll get all the information about the characters that's in the franchise. Now things will get complicated since Power Book 2 Ghost and Power Book 4 Force are in the same timeline. So in order to understand, you have to watch one season from one of them and another season from the other. After you finish the original Power series, it'll be like Ghost Season 1, Force Season 1, Ghost Season 2, Force Season 2, and lastly, Ghost Season 3 and 4. Remember, we're still waiting for the third season of Force, so the list can change. I have good news for you guys. We know how successful the franchise is, so you wouldn't be surprised when I tell you that we're going to have more spin-offs. Power Origins. Since the first spin-off came out, I knew what I needed to see, and it's the story of Ghost and Tommy. Luckily, Power Origins is going to tell us the exact story. A year ago, 50 Cent announced the upcoming spin-off by saying, "You asked, I answered, young Ghost and Tommy, coming your way." So I guess someone read all my comments. We're gonna see everything. The way they met, Ghost saving Tommy and then moving in with Tommy's family, but especially their brotherhood. Despite the story we're gonna watch, fans are a bit anxious about it. I see from Reddit that some of us fans are worried that they won't be able to find actors to play young Tommy and Ghost as good as Omari Hardwick and Joseph Sikora. But from what I've watched for 10 years so far, I can tell you to trust the process, guys. They know what they're doing. Tarek and Tommy spinoff. So there's nothing official yet, but I wanted to share my opinions with you guys. Since the timeline of Ghost and Force have the same timeline, maybe we can see a new spinoff about Tarek and Tommy. We know that the third season will be the last for Force, so we think that it's over for Tommy, but turns out there's another chance. In a video Joseph Sikora posted on Instagram, he says, "We're making this the final chapter of Tommy's journey in Chicago, but don't worry, Tommy's journey is far from over with. I can't wait to show you what we're planning next." And then he adds, "Ghosts never die and power never ends."
Because ghosts never die and power never ends.
Since Tariq is going through his father's footsteps, maybe that's what Joseph means when he says, "Ghosts never die." And I would love to see Tommy with his brother's son and being there for him when he needs to, just like Ghost did with Tommy. Speaking of spinoffs, we were going to get one more, but it got canceled. Power Book 5 Influence. The spinoff got canceled in 2022 with no reason that we know of. And it was odd because the Power series and its spinoffs are one of the most popular productions on Starz. It might be due to the success of Ghost. The show's renewal for seasons 4 and 5 may have led to Power Book 5 Influence being put on hold. I think once the final season of Force and Raising Kanan airs, Ghost will be the only remaining show in the Power universe, so this decision might be reconsidered. The canceled spinoff would have focused on Rashad Tate, who was one of the important characters on Power. So if they decide to reverse the cancellation, I'm sure it would be a spinoff worth watching. What do you think is the best way to watch the series? And what would you choose if you could watch any spinoff you want? Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. And make sure to follow for more updates on the Power universe